52. That's the score the benchmark got in the last round. And fourth round says... Welcome back to the Polonized Talent Arena for round 2 of the Melbourne Legal Tournament, where we uncover some of the city's best and up-and-coming legal talent. And today I'm joined by Jumaimah Khan, who is exactly that. Jumaimah, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Jumaimah. I'm from the UK. I completed my law degree from the University of East London about 2 years ago now. Although I'm in hospitality right now, my main focus is and always has been the law and working within a legal team. So just before I came to Australia, I worked as head of court support at a charity in the UK. I provided direct legal support to clients navigating private, family and child law matters mainly. My role involved everything from overseeing the legal team, compiling court bundles, reviewing legal statements, coordinating with barristers, and overall diary management and organisation of fee notes. That experience really solidified my love for the law. So I worked there for the last year of my university degree, and then I stayed on there for another about a year and a half after I graduated before deciding to come to Australia. I'm here on my first year working holiday visa currently, and I would love to extend that for the full 3 years that we get from the UK and potentially look at sponsorship options around that as well. Myself and my partner have settled in Melbourne now and have an apartment in South Bank, so really looking to settle in this area. But mainly I'm looking for something to really bring out my legal skills that I've owned over the years, combining all of my training and also my hospitality roles that have given me that experience in client-facing jobs and the ability to stay calm under pressure, which definitely needed in the legal industry.
Definitely is, for sure. Thanks for that background. Thanks for joining us. So you're actually the second player to complete round 1 of the tournament ahead of 250 candidates. So you've shown those skills and that potential as a legal assistant by playing through the first 6 games, the first 6 simulation games in that first round. And they're designed to simulate a day in the life of a legal assistant, and you did great with those. The tournament is still in action, so you're currently second on the ladder, which is great. You did amazing through all 6 games. In particular, you really aced one of them, which was this 6th one here, escalating decisions on clients, which was really great. This will come in handy, actually, today, so I'm glad you did well in this. Those skills will come in handy here. We'll get to that. So the whole point of this second round is really where we test your skills on the spot, live, and it's all about seeing exactly what you said, how you perform under pressure. So how does that sound? You ready for that?
Yes, that sounds good.
Awesome. We also have a special guest industry coach today's episode who will be giving you some valuable feedback on your performance as we go. Please welcome Michelle Trung to the arena. How you doing, Michelle?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Your time here. A little bit about yourself.
Pleasure.
I'd love to hear a bit about your background.
My first job in the legal industry was in a criminal law firm. Started at the bottom of the pecking order, just being a receptionist and general office admin, assisting one of the junior lawyers there in property law. I really found my passion with property. From there, I moved on to a commercial law firm focusing on property. And then I did my conveyancing degree. From there, I ended up being a paralegal at a mid-sized law firm, drafting contracts and all sorts of documents for developers mainly, and also vendors of vacant land and all sorts of things around Australia. I'm now into my 21st year, I believe it is, working with mid to larger sized commercial law firms, all in the property team. Yeah, so that's how I began and where I still am, and I'm still so passionate about everything that is property law, from contracts to dealing with clients, managing my own files, having a good support network in the lawyers and senior consultants and even the juniors and the legal assistants in my team. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
And how important has it been for you you mentioned your team. Well, how important has that been for you over that 20 plus year career?
Having a really good team and a solid network is the foundation to providing the service you need to deliver to your clients. We need to all be able to do the best of our jobs in order to all service the clients together, collectively.
Love that.
Yep.
And I'm glad you mentioned that teamwork and networking, the networking aspect of it, because that's a big part of what we're doing here, is giving people like Jumaimah, that especially fresh to the country, new face in the city, to be able to connect with people. So for this game, what you're actually playing for, Jumaimah, is an interview with some of the best law firms in Melbourne. And first up, we have the amazing Siltra Henderson over at Carboni Lawyers, who's currently looking for a superstar LA. Siltra is one of the top personal injury solicitors based out of Melbourne, and you'll have the chance to interview directly with her if you can pass this round 2 live interview. You ready to go?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. So we have 3 games to go through today. I'm going to read out each of the scenarios for the game, and I'll give you about 30 seconds to think about your response. Then I'm going to hit the go live button when you give me the cue, and you'll have about 2 minutes to answer the challenge live, just using your voice on the spot. After that, the AI analyst will come in to see how you did on the given skill set against that benchmark response. If you get above the benchmark, you win and you move on to the next game. And after each game, I'll throw it over to Michelle for her feedback on your response and some words of support to get you through to the next game. So you need 2 of 3 games. You need to win 2 or 3 games to progress to the next round. But you do have 1 second chance card that you can use at any time to replay a lost game. Don't think about that too much now. I'll explain that later if we get to that. And if you're unable to win the 2 out of the 3 games, you'll have to wait for one other competitor to interview ahead of you before you can try again at round 2. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. We'll take it one step at a time. Make it super fun. Yeah, no pressure. No pressure at all. The first game we're going to be playing is called the missing client problem. You're in your firm's office while the lawyer you assist is tied up in back-to-back court hearings. They send you a quick message that their next client's hearing is in 1 hour, but the client hasn't arrived yet. There's no time for them to step out. The responsibility falls on you. You grab the phone and call the client. They pick up, they're clearly flustered, their voice is tense, emotions spilling over as they vent about the case. They're frustrated, doubtful of the process, and talking in circles. The clock is ticking. If they don't show, the hearing proceeds without them. You have 1 shot to turn this around. The lawyer's counting on you. The case might even depend on it. They break from their monologue and you take the opportunity to interrupt and take over the conversation. All right, here we go. And you're live.
I completely understand your frustrations about the case. These situations can be really high tense and really scary if you've not gone through this before as well. I completely understand where you're coming from. It's just in this situation, it's much better for you if you are there in the hearing. We will be there with you. Your lawyer is going to be there doing all of the legal framework for you. You don't need to stress about that. We've talked about this. We've gone through your strategy to get you to this point. We just need you to be there to turn up. Have you got anyone with you at the moment? Is there anything you could do potentially to calm you down? Do you have any coping strategies that we could talk about? I'm here to help you. I want to help you while I'm on the phone to you as best as I can. Perhaps if you're stood up at the moment, maybe you could take a seat, grab a glass of water maybe. We can have a chat, but we do need you to come here as soon as possible for this. I want to help you as much as I can. Like I said, I can speak to you on the phone. If you need to drive there, do you feel comfortable driving on your own if you haven't got anyone with you, or are you potentially getting public transport? Maybe if you're there already, if you're stood outside, we can have a chat before you walk in. Again, it's a really scary process, but it's completely fine. We're here for you. This is what we are here for, to help you through this process. Just take a breath, take a step back, and we can go in together and we will get the outcome that you need, the best possible outcome. We will try our absolute best for you.
Oh, that felt strong. That felt good, Jumaimah. How did you feel about that, Michelle? What did you think?
I thought it was strong. I tried to picture myself as the client on the other side of the phone call. I think I could have done with something along the lines of being told that if I don't turn up, that the hearing will proceed without me. Then it's out of my control and you may not be able to help as planned in terms of the previous meetings you've had with the client and the plan and the strategy that has been spoken about, that if the client didn't turn up, you won't be able to take that approach in future.
Nice.
I think also just offering to send the firm car or to organise an Uber, just something like that. Those were my 2 points.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
Thanks, Mish.
It's okay.
Well, let's. The benchmark response is in, and it is along similar lines. We won't go through that right now. We'll go straight to the analysis. So we have our expert analysis coming in now to look at your response. The skill set is communication. We're looking at clarity, the ability to explain, conciseness, inclusiveness. That's pretty good. 27 on the first round. That's great. It was a little long, so the conciseness is a little low. 28. Their benchmark scores is ahead by 1. Looking good at 48. Let's see if you pull this through. 28. Oh, lost by 3.
So close.
So if we have a look at some of that feedback, one of those things was conciseness, somewhat lengthy and could be more direct, aim to streamline your message while keeping essential support. Good feedback there. You did well in persuasiveness, and I agree. I think you're quite persuasive there. And that ability to use inclusive language, I think you didn't make it too complicated and use complex legal jargon, as it's said here. So at this point, we can do one of two things. We can continue to the next game, or you can play your second chance card and do that again. What would you like to do, Jumaimah?
That's already difficult. I can't come back and decide again, can I?
You can move forward and play the next game and see how you go, and then decide to come back and play whichever game you want. So you could just run through and play all of them first and then come back, or you can redo this now that is still fresh in your mind.
Okay, I think maybe redo this one.
Okay,
After
redo
hearing
it.
the feedback, yeah.
That's good. That's wise. I like that. That's wise. Now that it's still fresh in your mind, let's jump back in.
Ready.
Okay, go for it.
I completely understand and hear where you're coming from. This situation is completely out of your control right now, and I know that feeling. It can be really horrible. We just need you to come to the court hearing so that we can get you the best possible outcome. I hear exactly what you're saying. This can be really, really scary right now. The best thing to do is maybe take a seat, get a sip of water if you can. If you've got any family members or friends around you right now, have them for some stability. Potentially, I can have a chat with you on your way here if you're not already here. I could always send the firm's car over to pick you up if you're struggling for transport or you don't feel safe driving yourself. The only thing is we just really need you here. If you don't come, then the outcome will be decided without you here, which may not get you what you want. If you're here with us, we can go through it together. Whatever the outcome is, we're here to support you and help you through this in the best way possible. We've spoken about this, we've spoken about different outcomes. So let's do this together and let me know what works best for you so we can get you here as soon as possible.
Okay. Nice work, Jumaimah. It's a little shorter, so I think you'll score better on conciseness. That felt good. It felt good.
I covered everything.
The gist was there. The feel was there. The conciseness was there. You took Michelle's advice. You offered them the firm's car. I didn't know that was an option. Does your firm have a car, Michelle? Is that something?
Yeah, we have a couple of cars.
Awesome. Has this situation happened to you before, Michelle, where you had to go find a client?
Back when I was in the criminal law firm, yes, clients would go missing all the time. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's go. Let's go back into it for the analysis. Hold your breath. Let's see how we go. Round 1. 28. Okay, one better than before. That's good. It's a good start. Let's go with the benchmark. The benchmark says also 28. Okay, neck and neck. Let's go into the third round. 52. That's the score the benchmark got in the last round. And fourth round says yes. Nice work, Jumaimah.
The chiming is ever so slightly delayed, so your reactions are happening before I see it on the screen.
I'll take a note of that for the next game. Great decision. I think that was a good decision to redo the game while it was fresh in your mind. So nice work on that. The score reflects well there. Inclusivity, the conciseness. It was still a minute 30 something, so it still was a little on the long side, but I think you were very persuasive. Did inspire that person as well. What did you think, Michelle?
Much better job. Yeah, I agree. It was a lot shorter, and sometimes you just need to keep it as short as possible and be direct. Yeah,
awesome.
but kind.
Direct but kind.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the second game and see. There you go. Game 2 is called Inbox Overload. Super dramatic. You ready on this one, Jumaimah?
Yes.
Okay, so you open your supervising lawyer's inbox. They're currently presenting in court and completely unreachable. 3 urgent emails just landed. Number 1, from a client. An important client is threatening to leave, saying they haven't heard from the firm in over a week. Email 2 is court admin. The court has flagged a discrepancy in the submitted statement of claims and needs clarification within the hour, or it will be delayed. Email 3 is from a senior partner. One of the firm's senior partners is asking for immediate updates on 5 open cases, including your current matter. You're the only person available. You have 10 minutes to act before this spirals out of control.
Okay.
How do you prioritize these 3 emails and why?
Okay, I'm ready.
And you're live.
So firstly, I would have a look at the 3 tasks individually and see which one has a deadline on it, which I can see the second one has and the third one does as well. Both of those have deadlines on those. So I would see which one's most important in terms of what's going to affect the team and the firm as a whole. I would then go through and see if anyone else was available in the areas at some point to have a look at them. So I could do an initial follow-up with, for example, the first scenario where the client's going to leave, threatening to leave. I could do the initial follow-up with a short email, which would take minutes. And then pass it on further up for someone more senior in the team who's available later on to follow up with that client in more depth and make them feel a lot more valued and that we picked it up and it's been passed on. That one can be done quite quickly, so I could get that one out of the way. The other 2, where there's something about a discrepancy in a statement, I would make sure I contact the court as soon as possible via telephone to make sure that we got hold of what the information was exactly that needs clarifying or if anything's missing, and make sure this gets flagged up to whatever team necessary as soon as possible so that can get dealt with. I would make sure I speak to them straight away. And then where there's a senior partner asking for updates on different cases, I would make sure I went through those cases files that I should have quickly and give them a quick summary of those and send them to the appropriate people.
Perfectly under 2 minutes there.
I feel like that was a bit long. I'm so sorry.
Conciseness wasn't one of the skills you're being tested on
I
here.
know, I do apologise.
I think that went well. How did you feel about that, Michelle?
I agree. I think it went well. I think the start could have been a bit shorter just to take it well under the 2 minutes. So I would have gone with 2 first.
Okay.
Being the one with the 1 hour time frame and the deadline. That to me flags priority. You've got an hour. As you suggested, call the court. I agree with that completely. Find out what the discrepancy is. Get a senior lawyer in the team to have a look at it, to clear out that discrepancy. Get the correct documents over to the court within the hour. In terms of number 3, senior partners can be scary, but they're not going anywhere. They're going to be there. In terms of the update, look them up on the system, see who the senior lawyers in your team are working on those matters, and provide the update. So that can be done by the end of the day, for example. The client who's threatening to leave, we get this every day where we've got unhappy clients who are wanting things within the hour. Sometimes their requests can be unreasonable. Other times it can be delays internally. Best way to calm them down is to use a delay tactic and just say, the lawyer looking after your matter is out of the office today. They'll be back later on. I'll let them know you're following up for an update, and someone in our team will get back to you as soon as possible. That's what I would do.
Right. So that's pretty much what the benchmark response said, which was pretty much 2-1-3, which is essentially what you said, Jumaimah. I did. So let's see if the analyst picked up on that, the expert here, for round 1. Okay, here we go. 38. That's really good. That's quite good. Let's see what the benchmark does with 36. Okay, you're ahead by 2 going into the 3rd round. That's good. Good place to be. We've got utility, research, and digestion. 57. You didn't do great on research for whatever reason. We'll check that in a second. But 4th round, 53. Yes, you've taken it home. 57 to 53. I was trying to delay my reaction there, but I'm not sure if I did that.
You'll probably see in my face, it's very straight and then suddenly it changes.
Congratulations, you won the 2nd game. That's great. 57 to 53.
Definitely noticing one of my downfalls is talking a lot.
That's okay. That's a part of the different modalities of Polonize. Written is one thing; you have the time to think about it. With spoken, you're thinking as you're speaking. It's a different skill. So that's totally fine. I think you've done well all in all.
Thank you.
Structured well. So some of the feedback, the ability to digest information, effectively processes email prioritization, and provide a logical plan to manage them. More structured assessment would boost clarity. So a little more structure there, but that's good. I think you did really well there. But all in all, 57 over 53. So that's 2 out of 3 games. So officially, you've actually passed, Jumaimah. So congratulations, you've won 2 out of 3 games.
Well done.
Amazing work. So you will be going on to round 3 into that interview with Siltra Henderson. So we'll organise that for you very shortly. So congratulations with that.
Thank you so much.
Your choice if you want to go through and play Game 3 or not while you're here. See if you can clean sweep the game.
We might as well play it while we're here.
I love the attitude. That's great. Interested to see how you go with Game 3, actually. Now that the stress is off a little bit, you can have a bit of fun with it.
Oh, God. Okay.
So this game is testing the skill of conflict resolution, and it's called Team Tension. Let's jump in. Do you get a bit of team tension in your team, Michelle?
Always.
Big personalities, big...
Yes. But we try to work around it.
That's good. A good diplomatic way to be in those situations. Okay, so here's this scenario. You've been working with a senior paralegal on a sensitive client matter involving a personal injury claim. The client has sent you several emails with signs of distress and you're concerned about their well-being. You suggest the team offers a courtesy check-in call and flag the issue with the lawyer in charge. The paralegal disagrees, saying it's not our job to play therapist, and pushes to move the matter forward without the call. You believe a human-first approach here matters, legally and ethically, but this person outranks you and doesn't seem open to changing course. So, your challenge is speak addressing the paralegal directly and justify your position and try to shift their mindset. Cool? Got it?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And voila.
So I think in this situation, the client is not responding to us in the way that anyone who is of reasonable mind would be. We should be concerned about this. This could potentially mean that when it comes to their case, they may not be giving us the correct facts. We may not be working with the right documentation. If something's going on with them factually, it means that they may miss information for us, so it will make our job harder. But more humanly, I feel like if we're not supporting our clients when they're going through something, then we're not doing our jobs properly. No, it's not our responsibility to pick them up and make sure they're all okay, but it is our responsibility if something's going on for them and we pick that up. No one else in their life may be able to do that. They may not have family or friends around them. So I think the best thing to do is we are that next person to flag it and pass it on to the right people and the right services for them. We are here to do our job as lawyers and we can only do the best we can, but there's other services out there that are better tailored to deal with if it's a mental health issue or if they have gone through something significant, and it is our job to make sure that they are put forward to the right people.
Nice response. Nice work, Jumaimah. Michelle, how did you feel about that response?
Yeah, really good. I agree with everything you've put forward in terms of suggestions to the paralegal and just flagging that it would be inhumane to not consider the client's feelings and well-being, just to make sure they're of clear mind on the case with respect to everything that they're instructing us on, because without a clear mind, their instructions will be all over the place, and as you said, it'll make your job difficult, but it could jeopardise the position moving forward with respect to the injury claim.
Similar tack that the benchmark response, the opponent's benchmark response is going for. So let's see how this plays out. For a clean sweep, 3 games of 3. Here we go, round 1. Here we go. Starting off very strong with 37. Benchmark response coming in at 38. 1 in the lead. Let's see how we go here. 61. It's a great score for your second round. Here we go for the final. 57. She's taken it away. Jumaimah, 3 out of 3 games. Amazing work.
Good job, Jumaimah.
Great work.
That working at Dad's Unlimited with difficult clients really helped me on that one, I think. different teams, all with different opinions.
Yeah, exactly. I felt you click into gear about halfway through, and I saw it be locked in, and I could feel it was right. It was good. It was a good response, and the score shows that. So congratulations. That's 3 out of 3 games. Amazing work, Jumaimah.
Thank you.
You officially taken it out. I think you played really smart. You played your second chance card there right at the beginning. I think that was really well played, and that won you the game in the end. So congratulations. How do you feel?
Thank you. I feel great now. I managed it at 9 o'clock at night. I feel like I've got it.
adrenaline's pumping now. Might have to go for a few laps around the block.
Yeah. I won't be able to go to sleep now. My partner will be like, go for a walk.
Totally get that. Well, thanks for that, Jumaimah. You're the second player now in the tournament to prove their performance through the second round, so congratulations on that.
Thank you so
And now you're on to the third round, which is an interview directly with Sylvia Henderson of Carbone Lawyer. So we'll get that organised and we'll be in touch shortly.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me as well.
Congrats, Jumaimah. I'm so excited for you.
For all your help.
My pleasure. You're going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks for your presence as well, Michelle. Much appreciated.
My pleasure, Mars.
Awesome. So thanks for joining us on Polonise Live, and stay tuned for the next episode with more up-and-coming talent in the 2025 Melbourne Legal Tournament. My name's Mars, and this is Polonise Live.